Hi YouTube, it's Erin and this is my 20-week vlog, which means we are halfway. I know I say this literally every week, but I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe we've made it this far. And I honestly can't believe we've made it this far. So 20 weeks, big milestone. Yeah, it's just, it feels like a big moment. Not a ton to update you all on, but there's a few things. So I had my first OB appointment in person this week, today actually. So I'm recording this on Thursday, which means I'm actually 20 weeks and 1 day. But I had my first OB in-person appointment, which is the first time anyone has actually physically looked at me since I've been pregnant. I've had obviously ultrasound, so they've been looking at baby, but nobody's looked at me. I felt a little left out, so I was actually really glad to just go and see my doctor. And like, you just want to make sure like things are fine. And I like a lot of validation and confirmation given our history. And so it's just really nice to go see her. It was actually really sweet too. So it's the same OB that I had with Willow, whom you may or may not know, but is my daughter that I had almost 11 years ago. And it was so funny because the whole office was like, you were here like a decade ago. Like, wow, this is like feels like 100 years ago. So that was kind of sweet. And everybody, of course, was just so thrilled, and they loved our story, and they were super excited that, we've made it to this point and everything's looking so great. And so it was just like a really nice kind of appointment to go to. So at today's appointment, she measured my uterus, which again is the first time anyone's done that. I'm actually measuring 21 weeks. So not much different from where I am. I'm 20 weeks 1 day. So I'm measuring 21 weeks, and blood pressure was fine. Weight's looking fine. She went over all of the morphology ultrasound results, and everything's looking perfect. So she gave me like the printout of all of the all of the details, all of the measurements, everything. And of course, I spent the entire drive home. Jason was driving. So I spent the entire time home, like Googling every single number, because I was like, what's normal? What's a typical range for all of these different figures? So he is right now in a cephalic position, which basically means head down. And they said he is, I think, facing my back right now. So he's there. I think I mentioned before, my placenta is in the front. So it's an anterior placenta. There's no issues that it seems with that, except that they said that it might be harder to feel him move. But I've actually been feeling him move, and so has Willow and Jason, since about 18 weeks, like on the outside. Like they can put their hand there, they can feel him move, they can feel him kick. He's so active. So he has long quiet spells during the day, but anytime I get pretty still or quiet, and if I'm kind of lounging and laying back a little bit, I can really feel him. And he does everything from like rolling motions to like getting really low, which I can feel, then getting more high. Anyway, it's so crazy. I don't feel like Willow moved this much at this stage, so I feel like he's a very active little guy. But yeah, it's super cool. It's super cool to really get kind of just like have that confirmation that he's in there. And of course, given my stress levels, there's times when I'm like, oh my God, I haven't felt him in a while. And it's so crazy. I don't know if it's just like the warmth, the pressure, whatever it is, but if I'm not feeling him and Willow or Jason come over to my belly, they put their hand there, even if it's just for a couple minutes, he always responds and reacts to that. So again, I'm not sure if I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's like I said, maybe he's just feeling heat or a bit of pressure, but like obviously they're not pushing. It's just like putting their hand there, but he always will respond. And so that's been really sweet just to kind of experience with them, because it's, it makes it something like that I'm not just feeling, but now they can too. And anyway, it's so cool. So yeah, so everything is looking really great with the baby. I do have to go back for another ultrasound next week. I might have mentioned this in my last vlog. Basically, they weren't able to get a good picture of his spine because he refused to roll over. He was like moving his hands and his feet and all kinds of things. I even saw his mouth open, but he would not move off of his back, or like just the way he was positioned. So anyway, I've got to go back next week, which I'm not sad about, because like obviously I get to see the baby again, and I want them to confirm that it is a boy. I I needed so much confirmation with Willow whenever I was pregnant with her. Like, I remember they told me, they were like, yep, it's a girl. 80, I think they gave me, like, if I watch back the vlogs, I'd know, but I think they were like 80 or 85% chance it's a girl. And so of course the entire pregnancy I was convinced that she was going to be a boy. And I still like went forward and made preparations and, you know, painted her room pink and all the other things. But if you watch the birth vlog for Willow, you'll see as soon as she comes out, the doctor's like, it's a girl. And I'm like, it is a girl. Like, I still in that moment had doubts that she'd come out a girl, because it just like was never 100% certain. So I'm kind of excited to go back on June 9th, because I'm hoping that they could just look again, you know, and like make sure that it's still looking like it's a boy. And then I think at that point in time, I'll start buying things, because I still haven't bought anything. I talked about this in my last vlog, so I'm not going to go deep into it again. But literally, I need to get on this, because, you know, we're at halfway now. We're going to start moving like into the non-halfway mark, and I still haven't done anything. So yeah. Anyway, so I'm hoping that they can confirm at least, like, you know, another best guess. And then if they say to me like, yeah, there it is, you know, it's a boy, then I'll start buying some things. Okay, so that was the morphology ultrasound. Still doing Fragmin. So I'm on a daily blood thinner. I did confirm with my OB today that I don't need to have an induction, so that was really good. I really don't want to if I can help it. I kind of just like, I didn't get to, I said this before, but I didn't get to experience that whole like going into labor thing, you know, where you're like, your water breaks. And I'm sure that if I experience it, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, that was actually not as like, you know, cool, magical, whatever, as I thought. But in this moment, because I didn't have it and it got taken away from me, now of course I want it. So just let me have it. Don't ruin that for me in the comments if it sucks. But I just like, you know, I really just want to have the moment of not knowing. It's kind of like a surprise. Whereas with Willow, like we had to schedule her at 37 weeks, 37 and a half weeks. And, you know, and it was like so scripted. And I just like would really love to have that surprise element. So anyway, we'll see. But it's good that she did confirm that. Other symptoms that I'm feeling. So the last couple of days, I have been so stretched in terms of my belly and the skin on my belly. I feel like literally I've had 2 straight days now where I literally feel like my belly is going to just like rip open. I don't know if it's like, if he's going through a growth spurt or if it's really common for that to happen. I haven't Googled it or anything yet. And of course, like I'm out of breath, because that's still a symptom, breathlessness, although it was getting better, but it's still there. But yeah, like I just like, I feel like I don't have room. I feel like he's literally just gonna be like, and like, you know, so I'm moisturizing my stomach like multiple times in a day. And I actually gave myself a rash. So I think I need to switch the moisturizer I'm using. But yeah, anyway, so I have to do that and look at that, because it's just like so sore. And you know how in the last vlog I was all like, I don't have stretch marks on my belly, like look at me. Yeah, okay. I have one. It's actually on my belly button, like above my belly button. I'll see if I can get it to show in the video. I'm not sure if it will. But yeah, it's shiny, it's bright, it's there. And I'm like, well, hello. Thanks for rearing your head. But I'm joking. I actually think stretch marks are beautiful. I have like a lot of them on my back side. That's where I ended up stretching out. And honestly, I had them even before I got pregnant. I think my butt just grew really big at a certain point in time, and they don't bother me at all. I actually think it's like, you know, it's part of life. It's part of being a woman. It's part of growing a human. And if I end up with like stretch marks and, you know, scars, I'm putting that in air quotes because I don't know if they're called scars after you have them, but like if I have them, that's fine. You know, it's like my little reminders all the time that my body was able to actually do this, which I never thought it would happen a second time, let alone the first. But excuse me, hiccups. Just never thought it would happen. I don't mind them. I just thought it was funny and ironic that I was just last week being like, ooh, look at me. And then yeah, the other main symptom is just feeling him a lot more. That's really it. Like that's like I don't have a whole lot of symptoms, no cravings at all. So maybe that is a symptom in and of itself. Like I have none. I did a lot in the first trimester. I craved like healthy things and juicy things, but I haven't been craving anything. And yeah, it's just been, I don't know. I actually feel really great. I don't feel, I still feel a bit tired, but I don't feel like nauseous or anything anymore. So that's really it. I did place an order for maternity clothes, which are supposed to come in today. And I don't know if you would all find that interesting, but I was thinking about doing like a maternity clothes try on video. I've never made one of those in my life, so it could totally flop and be terrible. But I thought I would just show you what I ordered. I ordered from the company Shein, if that's how you say it. Obviously that company comes up so much, like on different Facebook groups I'm in, and you know, my friends and whatever. And I've just never ordered from them before. And I thought, whatever, their clothes are cheap enough that like can give it a try. Anyway, so I was thinking about doing a maternity try on video. So I'll show you my belly, and I also brought up my measuring tape to make sure I could measure this time. And as always, let me know if you have comments, questions, anything in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer. So let's check out where this little guy is at. My tank top always, okay. Throw the hair back so you can see. So this is where he's at. So I think I'm getting bigger. We'll pull this up and this down. Show you the big shiny belly. Here's from the front, and this is where the stretch mark is, right here. It's like super, that doesn't help. Oh, you can kind of see it there. Anyway, so it's like really big. And this is from this side. So yeah, I feel like he's getting a lot bigger halfway. So let me just measure. So take this. And around. So it's at almost 39. Yeah, almost 39. So it's like 38 and a half is where we're at now. It's so crazy to me. But yeah, I feel like he like super popped. Anyway, so that's the belly. And that's the vlog. So I will, let me know if you would think I should do that maternity clothes try on video, and I'll do that. And otherwise, I will be back for my 21-week vlog. And if there's anything else you want to see me talk about or share, just let me know in the comments. I'm happy to do that. And yeah, talk to you all later. Bye.